In this problem, we need to determine the value of the given trigonometric expression. Let us begin. First, what we'll do, we'll try to find out the value of each of the individual trigonometric ratios. So let us begin with the first one. We have sine 8 pi over 3 radians, which can be also expressed as sine. So 8 pi can be written as 9 pi minus pi divided by 3, which will then be equals to sine. So we have 9 pi over 3, so that's 3 pi minus pi over 3. Now we're going to rewrite 3 pi in terms of pi over 2. That's very simple. That's 6 pi over 2 minus pi over 3. The reason why we wrote in this particular fraction, because now 6 is an even number. So here we have an even multiple of pi over 2. So whenever we have an even multiple of pi over 2, then sine is going to remain as sine, but the new angle is going to be only pi over 3. We'll also have to check in which quadrant the angle 8 pi over 3 lies. For that, we are going to use the quadrant system. We'll start from the first quadrant and go in the anti-clockwise fashion. So we have 1 pi over 2, 2 pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, 4 pi over 2, 5 pi over 2, 6 pi over 2. So we have 6 pi over 2 lying in the second quadrant, but we are also subtracting pi over 3. But pi over 3 is an angle lying between 0 and 90, so it's not going to change the quadrant. So we will be finally sitting in the second quadrant. Here the sine and the cosine function is positive in this particular quadrant. So we're going to get a positive value. So we'll have positive sine pi over 3. Now sine pi over 3, that has a standard value of square root of 3 over 2. Now using the same method, we will also find out the value of the remaining trigonometric ratio. So let's do that. So let's try to find out the value of cosine 23 pi over 6. Which can be also expressed as cosine 4 pi minus pi over 6. Now 4 pi, if we convert it to a multiple of pi over 2, so we have 8 multiplied to pi over 2 minus pi over 6. Since 8 is an even number, so cosine is going to remain as cosine and the new angle will be pi over 6. So 8 pi over 2 means we will be in the fourth quadrant. You can count it out. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we are subtracting pi over 6 from it. But pi over 6 is an angle lying between 0 and pi over 2. So we're going to lie in the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, cosine is positive. So we're going to get a positive value. And positive cosine pi over 6, so that value is square root of 3 over 2. Moving on to the next one, we have cosine of 13 pi over 3. This can be also expressed as cosine of 8 pi over 2 plus pi over 3, which gives us a value cosine of pi over 3. Now 8 pi over 2, we are in the fourth quadrant, but we are adding pi over 3 to it. So addition takes it to the first quadrant, but luckily all trig functions are positive in the first quadrant. So we are positive cosine pi over 3, which gives us a value 1/2. Then finally, we're going to find out the value of sine 35 pi over 6. Now we can rewrite this as sine 12 times pi over 2 minus pi over 6. So 12 being an even multiple of pi over 2. So we have sine pi over 6. So 12 times pi over 2 means we are in the fourth quadrant because 12 is a multiple of 4. And since we are subtracting negative pi over 6 and pi over 6 being a small angle lying between 0 and pi over 2, we are still going to lie in the fourth quadrant. Here only the cosine and the secant function is positive, so everything else is negative. So this is going to give us a value -1/2. So now we have all the values which we can substitute into a given expression. So that means for sine 8 pi over 3, obtain the value square root of 3 over 2. This will be multiplied to cosine of 23 pi over 6. That value is also square root of 3 over 2. Then we have cosine of 13 pi over 3. So that's +1/2. Multiplied to sine 35 pi over 6. So that's -1/2. And when we compute this value, this comes out to be 1/2. So this is the value of the given trigonometric expression.